Boom, coming in hot, Chinchy. What's going on, brother?
There we go again. Casey in a fancy hotel room somewhere. Where are we today? And what are we doing?
Oh my God, I wouldn't say fancy. Dude, I'm at this keynote speaker conference called Impact.
Oh!
Sorry. Oh, whoa. Oh, there you go. That's what happens when you're trying to put it on the lamp next to your bed.
Just so you know, if you're just listening, Casey just dropped his phone and it just
My bad.
looked like an earthquake just hit
Yeah,
Austin, Texas. Go
I'm at
ahead.
this conference by a company called Impact 11. They're one of the best, keynote speaker groups out there. And so I'm just here learning, dude. Here learning, trying to deliver better stuff to the mayor's office and any companies and all that stuff. So it's good. Good stuff, man. Like learning a new craft, brother. You know what I mean?
I like that. You look a little corporate too, but not like
Yeah.
not like
Well,
douchey corporate. You look like trendy corporate, like the good corporate.
You got to dress business casual. I couldn't just show up with a t-shirt and sweats. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I got something crazy. I got a call from one of my buddies I used to play baseball with, and he's like, "Hey, man, you want to play in a summer league with us Thursday nights? I'm considering it."
Do it, dude. Chicks, do it. You can do. I mean, you might have to start running some sprints because that's not going to be easy for you to just turn that on.
I actually just texted him. I'm like, "When does this start?" Because I'd rather not have my first day, my shoulder explode. I've thrown a baseball, but with my nephews and like little kids and stuff. So I haven't let it out. I haven't let it eat for a while. I don't know.
But dude, you said you got a bad wing too, don't you?
Yeah, I don't have the greatest wing. I mean, I think it's like
it's hurting.
Yeah, it's
like the rotator cuff hurt.
Yeah, it's like there's those guys, I forgot who it was. Maybe it was Paul Neal or somebody had some shoulder things, and they only had like three throws in them per game, and so they would just like flip it to the center fielder. That's what I'm going to be. I'll just flip the ball to the younger guy on the team or something, but I'm thinking about it. I think I might do it.
Dude, you should 100% do it. 100%, man. You're 10 years from now, you're not going to be able to do it. Now you'll be able to do it.
Yeah, all right. I'll give it a whirl. Okay, so let's just get into it, man. WBC, forget about it. That game on Saturday night with USA. It's funny, I texted you. You texted me about like your availability for the weekend. I'm like, I'm just sitting on my couch just so nervous for D-Row right now. They kept cutting the camera back to him. They fall behind. What an epic game. What's your take on it?
I was thinking the same thing, dude. I was like, oh, you just want D-Row to do well, and you love seeing. I just love the passion of the guys on the team. They're so excited because like even Goldschmidt's not a big emotional guy. He homered last night. He's rounded first, like yeah, like you're seeing emotion from guys that they know it's bigger than them. They know it's USA now, and it's the best players in the world. And obviously our buddy D-Row and. We're rooting for him, but like if you go back to that Turner home run, bro, it's so much to break down there. I was watching with my sons Andrew and Jake, and we were like, kind of locked in. The place is going crazy. It's Venezuela heavy, Latino down in Miami. It's basically an away game. And I thought it was incredible. First off, Turner hitting ninth.
It's great.
Like what a deep lineup. You got Trey Turner hitting ninth, one of the best hitters in baseball. That's how deep that lineup is. But you go back and look at his home runs. I believe all three of the last home runs he's hit, all with two strikes.
Mm-hmm.
And on the grand slam he hit, he got an 0-2 changeup. And I love what he said after the game to Ken Rosenthal. They were talking about the pitch, and he said, what were you thinking there? And he's like, listen, I was just really trying to relax and let the ball travel. That's what he said. I was just trying to let the ball travel and get deep. And I love that because to hit the changeup, it's got to be your mentality because – and when you get to two strikes, you can afford to get beat late. You know what I mean? With two strikes, you don't want to get beat early out front. You want to get beat later. So I just love his approach because that approach and that home run, that grand slam that he hit, that propelled them to the semis. Now they're in the finals. Then he hit two more home runs in the semis and locked them in. And being a former player and a hitter that understands, like, wow, if I can hit that 0-2 changeup. It's just changed my vision for so much. And it's just a huge – and then you saw them trounce Cuba with just coming out slugging. So it's like they needed to get over the hump in the quarterfinals against Venezuela. Almost feel like now they're cooking with gas in a big way.
I love that. But can you talk about – so you win that game, the emotion and the intensity. And I remember before Saturday night, I thought it was cool. I forgot if it was Morosi or Ken said that. Like D-Row's message to them were like, You're going to be in a dogfight. These fans are going to be crazy. Match the intensity of the other team. I want to see you all running out the way they do when somebody hits a home run, dance around, have that energy. And they did. And it was the emotional toll that game takes on you. Can you talk about how you stay up for the next game? Because they certainly did. 14-2 victory. You know what I'm saying there?
Yeah. Well, I think this is the difference between baseball and other sports, man. These guys are grinders. They're used to so many ups and downs during the season, highs and lows. And I know obviously that was an adrenaline rush. And I've been in games like that in the World Series where it's taxing. You go back to the hotel, you're just like, you can't sleep. The norepinephrine's been hit, the adrenaline's hit your body in such a huge way. And, it's an incredible feeling, especially when you're on the winning side. But I think the great thing about baseball is you got to have a short memory, good or bad, success or, failure. You got to be able to turn the page. And I think sometimes the greatest thing about baseball is you can get in trouble when you have success just as much as when you have failure. When you're going along well, then all of a sudden, we got this. No, you still got the semis and the finals. So, I think the great thing about being a baseball player is you're still used to turning the page and turning it quickly, that they were able to bounce back to the semis the next night and say, let's put up 14 runs.
I love that. I got one more follow on that. My other favorite thing about this, egos are checked at the door. This is the greatest group of baseball players ever. I watched it you said Trey Turner's hitting ninth. Trey Turner probably hasn't hit ninth since maybe his first game in the big leagues? If that. He probably was leading off then.
Probably never
in his life. And then I'm looking, ground ball to second yesterday. There's Tim Anderson. Tim Anderson is one of the best shortstops in baseball. I'll go play second. Get me in a lineup. Right. I'll go play second for you, D-Roll. I love it. I love the WBC. People are saying a lot of people love it better than the major leagues right now.
No, it's incredible. Mookie Betts was talking, and Mike Trout were on MLB Network right before the semifinal game, and they were saying about that, that it's so cool to be part of the WBC because at the All-Star game, it's one and done. You're there, you're gone. It's nice to see everybody, but then you're back to your families. Here, they're it's almost like you're in the minor leagues, dude. You're going to dinner with these guys. You're going, you're getting together for breakfast. You're spending a lot of time. You're part of the team, and that's what Mookie Betts was saying. If you got to get a bunt down, if you got to get a sac fly, whatever it takes to win. No one cares about the 0 for 4. And I think it's really unique to see these caliber of players playing as a team, just thinking about we just got to get the W, whatever it takes to get the W. And I thought Wainwright in the semifinals, gets in trouble there. Couple guys get on. PFP's a little bad, throwing the ball around. He walks a run in. Pettit comes out. They have this veteran-to-veteran conversation, probably an incredible conversation. I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall in that one. And then Wainwright's like, listen, I've been here before. I've been in big situations. I've been in World Series games. I knew how to slow myself down. I knew I was one pitch away. And then, I think that was a big part of the game because he ended up going 4 innings and then giving up only that 1 run. So he really put that fire out. That fire, that could have exploded right there. Big time, and that game could have been a lot different. So you got to give Wainwright a lot of credit too for, kind of holding down the fort and making sure that game didn't get away from him.
Yeah, and you mentioned Andy Pettit. Look at that staff D-Roll put together, also brilliant. Andy Pettit's your pitching coach. He's out there eye to eye with Wainwright, and Wainwright's looking at him going, this guy has been on this stage. He's not looking at somebody it means a lot to have that. D-Rose there trying to manage. He's got Jerry Manuel sitting right next to him with his arm around his shoulder at points in a game, and they're going through the motions. And then, dude, you mentioned it the other day. The 2 pieces of video that are out there right now that are just amazing are Griffey taking BP the other day and hitting bombs, and the entire entire roster is just standing there going nuts. And then yesterday, I said it was like goat herding. When you see Griffey and Trout and talking about their swings and everything, so awesome. And of course, you hit in the same group with Griffey Jr. for how many years? For
6 years. For 6 years. It was incredible. One great story about Griff, he used to go out early and take batting practice, man. And it was cool. I came out one day to take batting practice early, and he was already there early. He liked to get his swings in before everyone came out, so they could just not have to get in and out of the turtle. And so, bro, Griff would go out there and he would play home run derby by himself. So he wasn't trying to just go to left, go to right. He was trying to drive the ball out of the ballpark. So he did, hey, give me 3-4 balls, and boom, then you see 1 in the seats, left center, 3, 3. Okay, now now let me go dead center. Now let me go to right, and he would do that for like 20 minutes. It was one of the most incredible things I've ever seen. But one of the things I loved about hitting with Griff and his group, and Ken Griffey Jr. is so cool. Me, Adam Dunn Jr., Austin Kearns, I think, were the group. And dude, there were some heavy hitters. I mean, Dunner and Jr. are 2 of the best home run hitters of all time. And it was so great, man. And I was always telling my kids this story that the last round was home run derby, and we would each get like 5 swings. And it was grown folk. Griff used to say, "Hey, man, it don't count unless it's in grown folks territory." And like, it didn't count unless you went dead center. So we would play this home run derby the last round of BP, and maybe it was the last 2 rounds, but they didn't count unless it went to grown folks territory, which was dead center. I used to love that. Griff was, Junior was the mastermind of that. So I look at those guys, being so in awe of watching Junior take BP, and I look back at my career that I got a chance to do that for 6 years and be in his group is really special.
Yeah, that's so cool. Did you ever win any of those? Did you ever win the home run derbies?
I mean, with Dunner and Griffin there, I'm sure I won a couple rounds. Yeah. You know what I mean? But with Dunner and Griffin there, dude, Dunner hit a couple balls out of the stadium, dead center during a game.
Yes.
Hit one off of Smoltz and one off of Jose Lima, both changeups, dead center, before they had that, the boat up there. Bro, Chich, out of the stadium, one hopped into the river. They said there was some dude fishing one time, knocked him off the boat or something.
I think the Smoltz one, the camera stopped at a certain point because the camera couldn't tilt high enough and far enough to where that home run went. You actually don't see it.
Incredible, dude. Incredible. But just Junior and Dunner, I mean, 2 of the greatest ever. Like I said, being in my group, it was just so cool.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing. Tonight, you got Mexico, Japan, dude. Mexico, Japan. Yeah. I mean, they're both playing at out of control. Japan's got somebody named Sasaki going tonight. And here's the other crazy thing. I don't know if you've heard this since you've been traveling. If they get to the finals, Ohtani might close. Did you hear that?
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Can you think about that, dude? Imagine he goes 2 for 3 with 2 homers. They're up 3-2, and then he closes the game out against America.
God. Dude, can you imagine Ohtani closing max effort? He could hit 103.
Imagine. How about this? Bases loaded, 2 outs.
Trout,
Ohtani. Oh my God! And nobody's talking about that.
Dude, that would be incredible. Now they're in Miami too, right? The semifinals in Miami.
Yeah, Miami. Yep.
Yeah, that's gonna be a great game. Mexico's playing great. Hey, it's gonna be a home game for Mexico too.
Yeah,
there's gonna be probably a lot of people there, rooting for Mexico. But I tell you what, just the fact Japan's is loaded top to bottom, and it's fun to see the international flavor. There's some really good players around the world that aren't even in the big leagues, right?
Yeah.
And listen, the Mexican League too. There's players that are in that Mexican League. They're probably on that team. That's a team. That's a league too that take a lot of pride in that league. In Mexico in the offseason. So my man Juan Castro, I believe, was manager of Mexico City. Let's go, baby.
There you go.
And it's gonna be a great semifinal, bro.
I'm really excited for it, dude. All right, you got to get back to work. You're going back to the grind right now, right after this. Just fans, real quick. Sean Casey is in the middle of an all-day event. This is his lunch break. I saw him shove. I don't know what that was. It looked like a Malamar or something right before we started.
Bulletproof bar.
Oh, okay, a little healthier than a Malamar, but yeah. Sean's doing this for you guys, on his lunch break from basically a job right now. So appreciate him.
We gotta do it. We're on the grind, Chich. The fans are on the grind. We appreciate everybody who tunes into us, and we're here for you every day. Chich, I love you, brother, and have a great day. I'm going back to get some lunch and learn about keynote speaking. Let's go get it, baby.